What's that about? The killer mistook an ambulance for a delivery van. The female forensic expert is baffled. Then Jack zooms over to Will. Hannibal, do you want to join me for some bad guy hunting? We can snack on the side. Jack looks hopeful. They arrived at the scene of the crime only to be met by the person in charge who said, "Hey." The intern drove off with the ambulance. They burst in to find the killer doing open-heart surgery in the break room. Jack demands surrender, but the intern refuses, too busy now. Jack had no choice but to send Hannibal in. After all, he knows a thing or two about the medical field. Hannibal skillfully continued as we'll watch, thinking, this is more refined than my barbecue. Finally, the long-awaited dinner was forced to begin. Will asked Hannibal, with your skills, why aren't you a doctor? Because I don't want to be driven crazy by insurance companies. Hannibal's answer relieved Will completely. Little did the guest know they were about to become one of Hannibal's special dishes. Until the big beard made his appearance, Hannibal suddenly woke up from what seemed like a deep slumber, realizing with a shock that the killer was actually the big beard's African boyfriend. You're better than me, I'm letting it slide this time. Hannibal sizzled with irritation, but smiled brightly. This was Hannibal's first sign of annoyance. Meanwhile, experts were playing with the body, unexpectedly finding clues. The forensic pathologist concluded that the killer seemed to be a musician, and the instrument strings were made of human intestines. Hannibal stepped into the black man's shop and saw the strings, thinking, what a crafty fellow. He sighed, it's such a waste of art, I can't believe you're stringing this. He even invited the black man for a happy dinner while analyzing the case. The black man displayed a calm demeanor, acting as if to say, go ahead and investigate me. I'm perfectly unworried. Nevertheless, he casually remarked, I'm prepared to be an agent string. The black man even said, we are both mysterious till the kindred spirits. Our nights are meant for sharing. Hannibal thought, you have some guts to gift me the instrument. I absolutely cannot let the identity of the open-heart surgeon be exposed, he muttered internally. At this moment, Will suddenly started rambling, thanks to the nightmares he couldn't shake off. There's a violin shop owner in town who might have some clues, Hannibal suggested. The next day, Will took 2 agents to the secret room shop. But the black man revealed too much too soon. It was unbelievable. Before Will could catch him, a cry came from outside, and it turned out to be just a nightmare. The black man had vanished like a ghost, just like a phantom Will freed so easily. Meanwhile, the black man leisurely strolled into Hannibal's house, planning to finish off the ex-boyfriend, while the big beard was still urging him to surrender. Hannibal looked at the big beard, thinking, this guy actually had the nerve to be guilty. So he quickly retaliated. When the cops arrived, they found Hannibal had turned the place into a Valentine's Day party, but Jack sensed something was off. The handle and grievance like art, yet this art piece here looks like a smear of spray paint. Police found most victims killed a decade ago, only the art piece finished days before. Will was ready to dive into empathy again, but ended up in a hilarious mix-up. The crime scene is too close to Hannibal's, just half an hour by car. He felt a bit nervous. Hannibal suggested, why don't you take a break? But Will refused, thinking the time was right. He pieced the body together, saying, my body is my puzzle. This is my elegant body. He didn't want to give up saving lives. Hannibal said, I only care about your life, not about you waking up. You're not a very wise guy. Will fell deep into thought. But the forensic expert truly worked hard, beginning the identification of the victims on the toe. The victim's heart was perfectly cut by the cello. Will pondered thoughtfully. And there must be a deep connection between these victims and the one at the bottom. Time flew, and police found the victim's family affairs complicated, like a family dispute drama. It seems the killer has a soft spot for a woman. So they turned their investigation to a man named Lawrence. They unexpectedly arrived at Lawrence's house and found the old man creating art. However, Lawrence was oblivious to it, quietly hoping to complete his mineral work. You think the woman you love had a child with an ex. It's a tragedy. At that moment, Lawrence had a face full of regret, and the case was cracked, leaving him emotionally drained. About a week later, the man Abby once killed suddenly turned up, leaving Hannibal embarrassed. To clarify the death, Hannibal looked at his hidden ex-boyfriend. Subscribe now.